Shelters are now nearing capacity. Catholic Charities runs 3 shelters with 1,500 beds. They had 1,200 filled yesterday, and they think they might hit capacity tonight.
Give us the elderly, the sick, the women with young children, family units, pregnant women, so that we can not have them on the streets.
We are standing outside one of 3 shelters run by Catholic Charities. They have one here in San Diego and another 2 in Imperial County. Now, all day long, we have watched as busloads carrying migrants have arrived to this shelter. But
Catholic Charities has a 3,500 bed capacity at the shelter where I am and others around town. The CEO of Catholic Charities tells me people coming here are getting food, a shower, they regroup, and then they leave pretty quickly to go where they need to go.
Bienvenidos, nosotros somos Charities Católicas, un albergue para ayudarle a llegar a su destino final, okay?
When people arrive to our services, because of the long journey they've had going through multiple countries, they're in need of basic needs. So we receive babies who need diapers, need formula, need bottles, pacifiers. People don't arrive with shoelaces, some people don't arrive with shirts. We also give people snacks right away and food right away when they arrive because we don't know when the last time they had a meal was.
Catholic Charities has been in San Diego for over 105 years. Our mission is based on the calling by Jesus Christ in Matthew 25 to serve the poor and the needy in our community. We have done a lot of refugee services and immigrant services in San Diego and Imperial County. Recently, about 3+ years ago, in 2021, the state of California saw a surge of asylum seekers being dropped off in San Diego and in Imperial County. So the state of California approached Catholic Charities and said, hey, Catholic Charities, you have been doing this refugee and immigrant services in San Diego and Imperial County. Can you help us as the state of California to provide shelter and care? So on April 4th, which happens to be Easter Sunday of 2021, April 4th, 2021, we started helping the state of California by providing shelter and care in Imperial County, in the city of El Centro. And then a month later, the state of California, seeing how efficiently our team has been doing this to provide shelter and care for those individuals who are being processed and released by Department of Homeland Security, they said, why don't you open up here in San Diego County? So on April 4th, we opened up in Imperial County. On May 25th, we opened the shelter here in San Diego.
So the only people that we receive at each of our shelters, they've been processed through Border Patrol. So they're pending asylum. So it's 2 different ways. In San Diego, the way that it works is we pick up clients directly from Border Patrol custody. So we provide what's called Department of Homeland Security transportation. So we pick up all the individuals from Border Patrol custody and we bring them straight to our shelter. Everyone who arrives to our shelter has documents with them, has an A number, and they're able to travel to any state within the country. In Imperial, it's a little bit different. We receive clients from Border Patrol directly. So we work with El Centro Border Patrol. They drop off clients at our shelter. We work with the Port of Entry in Calexico, and we pick up clients from the Port of Entry. So transportation is a little different, but still everyone that we receive at both shelters, they have documents and they've been processed.
Once they process them and they find out that they could be eligible for asylum, they issue a paper known as Notice to Appear. And this Notice to Appear has the location, the final destination in the United States, and the date on which they should appear. And they release them to Catholic Charities. When they come in, the first and foremost thing we say to them is, welcome to the United States. They get examined by our healthcare providers on site at both locations. After that screening is done by the healthcare provider, our case managers get engaged with them. First and foremost, sometimes they're so tired they can't even think. We ask them to get some rest. But along when they're about to take their rest, we say, come back as soon as you got some rest so that we can connect you to your final destination. We don't just put people on a bus or a plane and send them off to the final destination. Our team, Catholic Charities team, engages with the asylum seeker, finds out where they're going, who they're going to, contacts that sponsor. It could be a family member or an acquaintance or a friend or a final destination they have on their notice to appear, and connects with that location to ensure that that person or that location is ready to receive them. And all of this is done within 24 hours, and then the individual connects with them. Many of them, a super majority of them, have their own resources to buy their plane tickets or their travel-ons, and they move on. Within the day or two, they move on to their final destination.
Someone who is seeking asylum is someone who has left their home country because there's certain things that they fear for their life.
Some of them have gone through the Darien Gap. It is one of the most treacherous ways to cross to come to the United States. It's one of the most dangerous ones. And you see them sometimes, all that they have is the clothes on their back and maybe a small backpack that they're carrying. And many of them, if you see our numbers, many of them are carrying their children along with them. So you see these families with young children crossing, and those children have dirty diapers, they don't have any shoes on their feet, they have blisters, they have wounds, they have trauma.
We sought political asylum because on May 26th of this year, a mafia cartel came to our home demanding piso, protection money paid to the mafia, a form of extortion. When we refused to meet their demands, they returned with brutal force. They murdered my husband and shot my 16-year-old son in the leg. In that harrowing moment, we realized that our lives were in grave danger. We were forced to leave everything behind, fleeing in fear that they will return to finish what they had started and kill our entire family.
We are from Ghana, we are in my family. The city that I'm living, they are all Muslims. And there are some things they don't like it. So if you do it there, when they see you, maybe sometimes they will attack you. When they attack you, if you are able to run away, they will attack your children and your wife. He broke my hand and do a lot of things to me. So they took me to hospital the following morning when I couldn't stay because those guys think I was already dead. Because when I was lying in the blood flowing, they cut here and everything. So I didn't recover fine. I just need to pack it out and take my wife and children away. That's the reason why. So that Brazil, I started coming with my family. Very hard. I already used to carry the younger one, the little one, and the other ones we used to work. They can walk. We walk a little bit, we rest. It took more than 2 months. And when we reached Tijuana, we passed through with our foot and reached them at the border. And they took us to the immigration center.
So usually our clients have traveled for weeks through multiple countries to get here by foot. So a lot of them have encountered a lot of trauma, seen a lot of things. They've been victimized at the border crossing through Mexico to San Diego. So it's understandable when they need, a day to kind of gather, shower, eat, and then contact their sponsor and then travel to their final destination.
They offer me a room. Everything, food, water, everything, accommodation, very good. Yeah, and they're also helping me to find a place to locate.
The shelter is a lot of help for people like me who have nowhere else to go. They offer us a safe place to be, food, and there is good people here that make us feel human again.
When I'm challenged with the thought process of why is Catholic Charities doing, first and foremost, but most importantly, why are these people coming to us? And why are they doing it this way? I'm a father of 2. My children are young. If my family, my children's lives are threatened, then I would do exactly what they are doing. I will carry them across any mountain or any ocean to get them to safety.
I can't go back to that place. I need to bring them, for them to be with me, so that we live together. If there's one bread, we share it together. I hope everything is going to be okay. And then there won't be maybe something like what happened to me will not happen to them in the United States here. Now I'm here with my family. We are all safe. Yeah. Because for those people who are looking for me, they are all down there. So I'm safe here.
Catholic Charities over these 105 years in San Diego and Imperial County has touched the lives of thousands of individuals. We have been running shelters, we have been running pantries, we have been providing service to seniors, for families, and everybody in between. We are basically a safety net organization. The Migrant Respite Shelter is basically one part of the many things that we do here in San Diego. For those who are viewing this video, one of the important things that they have to realize is Catholic Charities here in San Diego and Imperial County is first and foremost a humanitarian assistance agency. When a disaster happens, Catholic Charities is there. When people need food, Catholic Charities is there. When people need a shelter, Catholic Charities is there. In a similar environment, when people are getting processed by Department of Homeland Security, which is basically Border Patrol and ICE, and released into the streets of San Diego and Imperial County, Catholic Charities is exactly doing what we've done for 105 plus years, doing that humanitarian care. Because if we are not there, these individuals would become homeless in the streets of San Diego and Imperial County, and even worse, they can become victims on the streets. Because they're coming from various countries across the world, they do not know our language, they do not know our system, and we are basically ensuring that our community is safe by providing the shelter and care for the asylum seekers so that we don't have a wide community effect by them being unhoused on the streets of San Diego and Imperial County.